we've got a Spider-Man's future after Spider-Man Brand New Day. Does this mean we're going to get Miles Morales or Venom, Carnage? I can't say the name right, but it's Knull. No, I don't know. Let's check it out.
Spider-Man's future in the MCU is shaping up to be absolutely insane. And no, I'm not talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, even though, yeah, this movie seems like it's going to be an incredible Spider-Man movie, but his future seems to be pretty dang incredible as well, possibly getting a big team up with most of the Defenders, if not all of them, and some more going up against Kingpin, and him possibly mentoring Miles Morales and Spider-Gwen. Tom Holland has recently opened up about what he thinks the future of the MCU should look like with Spider-Man. Also, at the same time, we have a new insider report talking about some big stuff coming for Spider-Man. So what is going on, Cosmic Crew? Thanks for stopping by the channel today. A lot of Spider-Man hype right now. Obviously, Spider-Man Brand New Day is right around the corner. A lot of promos for it coming out, a lot of insider information about it coming out, and it's looking like it's going to be really good. We're going to be eating really well. But today I want to talk about the future of Spider-Man past Spider-Man Brand New Day, because I'm really excited for that too, especially after hearing what we're hearing. Let's not waste any time. Let's dive into this report from Alex Perez. Now, Alex Perez does Q&As on the Cosmic Circus Discord, not related to my Discord, the Cosmic Wonder Discord. They have their own. And he was asked about a team-up project. Asked if he's going to team up with Daredevil at any point in time. Not talking about Spider-Man Brand New Day, because that still seems to be up in the air. But after, and this is what he said.
That's all news.
Movie with Spider-Man and the Defenders and all the street-level people, the Punisher, everyone like that, seems the most plausible. Just as a reminder, a good chunk of info I get involves stuff that is months, if not years, in pre-production to getting stuff done on set. But I can tell you right now, as much as I'm excited to see Spider-Man alongside the Defenders faced off against Kingpin and his goons, there's something about Spider-Man going toe-to-toe with Daredevil that would be immensely satisfying if they go through with it. And then he talks about the future of Peter and Matt, not necessarily Daredevil and Spider-Man, but we are going to get that, it sounds like, but specifically Peter and Matt and what's going to come in the next two Spider-Man films. And this is what he says. More so that if they give the green light to do everything he's heard that they're talking about, I wouldn't be surprised if Matt ends up taking the mentor role that these Spider-Man films have been having in the last 4 films for a future film. Now, some people might not like that because some people really like that in Spider-Man Brand New Day. He doesn't really have a mentor role, no babysitter this time, so to speak.
Finally.
But listen to what he has to say.
It's just
because as great as Spider-Man Brand New Day is, he says this, and he says, and I know they did this intentionally, the grief and loss Peter feels for everything that's happened is just stuffed really tight and locked away. He uses being Spider-Man as his coping mechanism, but it's not something that we'll get to see full-blown in Spider-Man Brand New Day. It'll slow build and fester for the next couple of movies. And I think that if what they want to do with Matt and Peter's dynamic plays out just right, Matt Murdock, Daredevil, might truly be the perfect mentor, not necessarily for Spider-Man, but for Peter Parker. And I gotta say, I do really love this, because this isn't someone necessarily babysitting Spider-Man, but it's real human interaction between two people who understand each other's lives, right? Because you think about it, when you're a superhero, there's not many people you can talk to who could relate to what you're going through. But Matt Murdock is one of those people because he's Daredevil, right? I would say having to keep your identity a secret, they could relate on as well. But, you know, unless Spider-Man wants to go to Doctor Strange again and do another spell to make people forget that Matt Murdock is Daredevil, everybody knows right now that Matt Murdock is Daredevil. But you can see how this could be appealing because Daredevil's dealt with this for so long. And when they come together to go up against Kingpin, it makes sense that the two of them would bond. And remember, they've met each other already. Now, Matt Murdock doesn't remember because no one knows who Peter Parker is, but they have met in Spider-Man No Way Home. Peter definitely remembers who Matt Murdock is, and I'm sure it's going to be put on the news, and they're going to show us at some point in time that Peter, Spider-Man, is going, whoa, that was my lawyer. Now he's Daredevil, and that could lead us to that prison scene with the hand. We'll wait and see on that. But according to Alex Perez, there's lots of big plans for the future for Spider-Man and Daredevil, the Defenders, the Punisher, possibly even more like Kate Bishop's Hawkeye, to all team up and actually go up against Kingpin and possibly even more villains in the next 2 Spider-Man films. And this could even be its own film, maybe. Who knows? But big plans for that. Now, on top of this all, Tom Holland has recently spoken up about a lot of things when it comes to Spider-Man because they're on a press tour right now. So he's been talking a lot, and he said this, as far as what comes next for Spider-Man, he said, for whoever's next, whether that is Miles Morales or Spider-Gwen or Spider-Woman or something like that, I would love to be a part of setting up the next chapter. Whatever that looks like, I don't know. But if I could do what Downey did for me, I would be so content swinging off into the sunset.
Like he would want to do.
Tom Holland also recently said that he will play Spider-Man for basically as long as Marvel wants him to. However, I think this looks a little differently than most people expect. I still think he's probably got 3 more films, including Spider-Man Brand New Day, and then a Spider-Man 5, and then a Spider-Man 6, and of course all the Avengers films. And then he's probably going to go away for a bit. We know that him and Zendaya got engaged, marriage and kids and everything like that. That's all about to be Tom Holland's life. He's already said he's going to have to take a break because he's worked so hard this year. So is Zendaya, and they're in a lot.
I know they got
a lot of big movies. And they've been working hard the past couple of years. I think we get to a point to where he mentors Miles and Gwen, and then eventually maybe tapers off a little bit, becoming that Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man figure, just popping into the movies rather than just completely going away. Kind of basically being a Hugh Jackman Wolverine and maybe Tobey Maguire Spider-Man without taking a massive hiatus, which I think I would enjoy quite a bit. I did ask my Discord about this, but then the next thing I want to talk about before we get into that is pretty cool. Speaking of his future and teaming up with Defenders and other characters, he recently said that he would love to see what an R-rated Spider-Man would look like when talking about teaming up again
Spider-Man will be
with
pretty
the Punisher in another Punisher
I'd like to see a
special
rated R
or a
movie
Punisher TV show or a Punisher movie,
of every
which we've
superhero.
actually heard from Daniel
Just
RPK. Marvel Studios is developing
a
another
rated R
Punisher
version
project.
of the Avengers.
Tom Holland says that he would like to see what
Batman,
an R-rated version of Spider-Man looks like. The exact quote is, let's see what an R-rated version of Spider-Man looks like. And I ask you all, would you like to see that? Because I know some people might say,
another Wolverine
no, R-rated Spider-Man, that's not really what we want. Maybe all the fighting could be R-rated, but as far as like cussing and, you know,
we don't care about that.
super
We just care
violence,
about
a lot of people I've seen online have said like that's not really who Spider-Man is, but perhaps there's a storyline. But I mean, I'm pretty sure the team up with the Punisher and Spider-Man Brand New Day is Frank wants to kill people and Spider-Man wants his help but doesn't want him to kill people and kind of probably wants to help Frank as well. So kind of going into another project where he would be R-rated, we would probably get a completely different dynamic. But Tom Holland is open to it, so let me know. Would you like to see this? Now,
right. So, my final conclusion is Daredevil's in it, 100%. Punisher's in it. Hulk. Jean, maybe if they... You don't know if it's Jean or not. I'm pretty sure it is. Then we got something that will lead him either to not being in Doomsday or to being in Doomsday. Maybe Venom, maybe, or Doom's on his way, or someone warns him about Doom. We don't know, but it's out in what, a month now? A month or 2 months? 2 months to be exact. So it's pretty close, but we still haven't got that second trailer, which is needed because we need trailers. We still have not got the Avengers Doomsday trailer. What's going on with these trailers? I don't know, but let's get it.